It's not the same level of effort that you gave in secondary school that you're going to be giving in the university. It's way different. You're competing with a lot of best students. When I did my JAMB application, it was very difficult for me to actually choose something. I chose medical lab science. I was given physiology. Did I want it? I didn't even know what that was about. I didn't want it, but I had to do it.
How did you transition to becoming a creative person and now working as a creative?
I remember attending a Faith Foundation event and it was
eye-opening. How was that journey of transition? Welcome back to the Flourishing Student Podcast. In the last episode with my guest, we had a journey through navigating wanting to be a commercial student, then going to sciences, and how she had to obey, how she had to give it her whole. Now we are going to be talking about your journey through the tertiary institution and how then you began to embrace your creative nature, how you got into the creative space and how you've been faring. So my first question would be, how was the uni like for you? Getting into the university, was there any difference between, secondary school, ed girl, now getting into school? I used to say that, most times when, especially those people that were prefects, especially best graduating students in secondary school, local champion, they get into uni and they feel like, how was that journey of transition for you? How was it like?
It's a different world. And I mean, you're coming from... I can't say you're coming from the highs and then you're finding yourself in the lows. I don't know the perfect words to use to describe it. But, of course, there are many exceptional students from different parts of the country coming to your school. So you don't expect yourself to still be like,
the best.
The top. So you have to walk your way to the top. If you really want to be at the top, you have to work your way. And it's not the same level of effort that you gave in secondary school that you're going to be giving in the university. It's way different. You're competing with a lot of best students. So I think when I did my JAMB application, it was very difficult for me to actually choose something. Yeah. It was quite difficult because even though I was in the science class, I was not interested in medicine. I wasn't interested in nursing. I just had to... It was more like I had to pick something.
Just to pick it.
To be honest. I wasn't finding anything that really caught my fancy.
Maybe because that was not what you wanted in the first place.
Do you get? So at the end of the day, I chose medical lab science.
Mm-hmm.
But when the post-UTME results would come out, I did not meet the cutoff. So I was given physiology. Did I want it? I didn't even know what that was about. Yes. So I didn't want it, but I had to just do it. I had to do it. 100 level, I thought I would, transfer to another department. But that
wasn't working, so...
But then I gave up. I didn't even try it because there will be a lot of documentation that would involve. And I just didn't want to start having issues in my early years in the university. So I just let it go. And because my school also had some management courses, there is accounting in my university, even though it's for science students, there is accounting. But I just let it go. If I had known, if I probably had a mentor or a coach to pour my heart out too. Yes, I could have easily. In fact, it would still be easy for me to go into accounting
already because you're already in a science school.
Yes, it would have been easier. But I didn't want to maybe go through that or going from one department to another because my own class was in the College of Health Sciences and the main university was in another place. So you'd have to be moving back and forth. And I probably wasn't just ready for that. Just too scared. So I just left it. So I kept on going through physiology. My first results in 100 level, let me not put it in the national TV, but it wasn't bad. It was a 2-1. But of course, I actually thought I would do better. I thought I would come out with a first class.
No, of course now, because you were a good student in secondary school. You didn't know it was a different...
Exactly. I thought it would be a first class. But why? What's going on here? I was sad. I cried. I
I think we all
cried.
did.
I crowed. But I left it. I went on. 200 level. It's
Went
Piam
down.
again. What's going on here? Oh my goodness. It was so the university was one wild, funny place. But one thing that I'm grateful for is throughout uni, of course, I was a good girl. I didn't do anyhow. I surrounded myself with
Good friends.
God friends, godly friends, good people. We read together, we read together, we prayed together, we did all those things. But it kept going. And my department is so funny. MCQ questions, no past questions throughout.
So you just have to figure it
Just
out.
have to figure it out. There were no past questions in my department. Like for medical students, like it was for them, no past questions. So MCQ, I didn't understand the whole concept. We shall struggle. I more like roughed it.
Just go through
I
it to
roughed
say,
it. I roughed it, to
I
be
must
honest.
not fail.
To be honest, yeah, it was a lot. I also remember missing one exam because my phone was stolen. I didn't have a phone. It was a lot. University was a lot. I missed an exam and I had to write it again the next year. So there were so many ups and downs. No, that university experience, I don't ever want to experience it again. It was too bad.
You don't want to go.
It was
Okay,
too
maybe
bad.
at an higher degree
Was too
level, I
rough.
think it would be better.
Of course,
Masters and
I am
PhD is
still
better.
interested in
Education.
Yeah, of course. I'm still interested. But the way it was then, finances, everything, so many things actually. It was a
So
lot.
I think that maybe it would have been better, like you mentioned, if you had a mentor, if you had
Yeah.
like a mentorship platform or program or
Yes.
someone to actually guide you through that process. Imagine being in a school that even had accounting as a science school. You could have just moved, and I'm not sure at that point it wouldn't have been an issue with that. They would probably have just allowed you. So that's just
exactly.
like to say it's important that students actually seek mentorship,
Exactly.
and it's important that I feel like even our secondary schools, they do and just stop at allowing, okay, you have passed your valedictory service. I feel like secondary
Follow
schools need to start thinking about how to actually guide students going. Let them know that it's a different world, though. You might be miss whatever international school, but when you're getting into the tertiary world, whether it's a polytechnic, whether it's a university, it's an entirely different thing. And you need to just, there you need to figure it out. You are a student, you need to take decisions. You are accountable for yourself.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to police you around.
Yeah.
There's timetable, there's class, but if you don't attend class, nobody will know. It's not like secondary school that if you don't attend class, people, your teachers and all of that too. So it's just like a whole right. So how did you eventually now go through it? Did you just have to keep giving it your best? And how was your experience? And also, what were there opportunities that you took while you were a student? Were there like maybe internship opportunities and all of that you took as a student, or did you have any?
No. There was no internship opportunity. I didn't
You didn't know about it.
see. So it was, in fact, I don't know if I couldn't just think in that direction.
You were just
I was
trying
just
to
engrossed to get my foot in that situation, the whole course, physiology and all. So I couldn't even think of those things. I was only doing some personal development things, like developing myself, but to say I did an internship because it was physiology. And I didn't know that, I could actually maybe and at the time too, I wasn't like already in the art or maybe apply my creative skills in anything.
it was later.
It was just the physiology. It was just the physiology. It was until I had my IT and then I came to Lagos. I more like saw life because
after
I'm from a wonderful,
background.
local town, Elisha, Osun State. I'm actually proud of it
Of
because
course.
a lot of great people have come out from that.
Of course. It's
state.
just that the knowledge was not just
Yeah,
there. It
it
could be
was just
better.
the
Imagine
knowledge,
if you
yeah.
had started to put your creative self to play while you were on campus to have been better. And that's why we're here. That's why we're encouraging to say, yes, you might even start late.
Yeah.
You might not know. There are people that figured it out in 100 level, figured it out in 200 level. But there are people that it was after. So maybe someone is watching us today that is already in NYSC and say, all these things that people are talking about, internships, I miss it. just to say that it's not too late. You can actually transition and start doing what you actually find joy in doing. So how did that transition happen for you? You said it was when you came to Lagos for Haiti. So how did you transition to becoming a creative person and now working as a creative?
Okay. When I came to Lagos in 2019, I had the privilege to attend some events.
Okay.
I remember attending a Faith Foundation event,
Okay.
and it was one of my brothers. Can I mention his name? David Ogundemu.
Okay.
He gave me like a ticket to go represent him. So I was more like, he couldn't go.
So he
he
asked
asked
to
me
go.
to go.
Mm.
Man, it was
Eye-opening.
eye-opening.
Wow.
I
I've been
said,
wasting my time.
what? Great people doing amazing things. I used to tell myself before that time that I can't do business. I've never had any business background. I don't think I can ever do business. When I attended that event, my eyes started opening. I started meeting people. They were talking about business. People that had already done their AEPs and all. I'm like, AEPs. Oh, this is amazing. And I could actually
Do this
if they
thing.
can, why not?
Of course.
So after that time, I became really interested in attending conferences like that. So I came back to school because of the little knowledge I had then. If I see anybody trying to do something, set up a business, I now try to give advice.
Just because you attended an event.
I started giving people advice. Oh, you can do this, so you have to put yourself out there. You have to be on Instagram. You don't have to keep all these talent that you have. So and during that period too, I started using Canva to design.
To learn, to design.
To design just
Little,
quotes.
little.
Yes, just quotes that come to mind or Bible verses. I would just design it, put it on my IG. So I went on and on and on and like that. In 2020, I started designing. Lockdown. Even though my phone was stolen before lockdown. Again. My phone was stolen before lockdown. Again. So the first few months during lockdown, I had no phone. There was me, my book, me and ideation. I was just writing, reading, doing all that. After a while, I got a tablet that someone gave me, and I was using that. I was designing. I would design for hours. And I did not mind. I was enjoying it. My goodness. And that period, Canva, sometimes if you're not online, thank God Canva is offline and they are working towards being completely offline.
Oh, okay.
Then, if your
internet
network
is
is
not
bad
stable,
and you continue designing,
it will not save what you're
it
doing.
would not. That time, it would not. So you just discover that
Everything you've been doing,
when you load the page again, everything is gone. Instead of me to drop the phone,
you pick it again.
I'm just going to pick it again. I remember designing something for there is this man, Femi, Mr. Femi Tiamiyu. There is this accelerate, rise, and all that he does. I did a design for my cohorts, and I had issues a lot. I was trying to come up with a concept, a love, design. It would go off, come back on, go off. I would miss some things. I would not see some things I'm working on. I would do it again until I achieved it. Nobody would know that.
Of course.
This is the number of hours
That you spent on it.
So I started that. Then I started charging a little, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Based on the value I was offering, I could actually imagine in my head. I could just give you a price. So this is the amount you should pay. So that was how I started in 2020 as a designer.
And it's been a very beautiful journey from there.
It is.
And I know I love it when people tell stories of, okay, I made it. You might not figure it out through school. Yeah, I personally talk to students a lot. But even if you don't figure it out through school, one thing that in all of this conversation is that at every point in your life, you always ensure that you gave it your best. When you were in secondary school, in uni, even when physiology was doing you like this, you still gave it your best. When Canva and network was doing, you still give it your best. So it's just to say that as a student, in summary, whatever you find doing, do it with all of your mind. Do it as if that is the only thing that you have to do. And you would see yourself that you start being announced, you start getting more opportunities. And of course, you also mentioned conferences. Many of us, I think for me too, I think it was my last year in uni that Mrs. Bukunwa Oshika came to First Bank, organized one conference like that. That was when my eyes started to open. So now when I have the opportunities, I tell students, in your part 1, go for internships. In your part 2, join organization, join JCI. It's free to join all of those organizations as students, right? Join them and you would find yourself excelling. You find yourself better for it. So looking back, what did your experience teach you about life, like in retrospect now, and how would you advise a student that is going through a similar situation to just handle it?
Okay, so for students trying to
navigate a period
that
where maybe they
phase.
don't like, they are torn between obeying and following what they actually want to do, what would you advise them to do?
Honestly, the first thing that I would advise any student to do is get a mentor, get a coach. And even if you're not able to get a mentor, there are now organizations that I have seen, few of them, that they have this tool that you can use to really find yourself, to know what you're good at. And if you're now already in a place where you don't like what you're doing, hold that thing that you want to be, hold it with your left hand. Don't
forget
go.
it.
Don't forget it. Because that place that you're in right now, you might just necessarily have to pass through it. It might not be necessary, but if you have to, just do it for the time. For the time being, just do it. And that other thing that you really want to do, make sure that you have somebody to guide you through
it.
Through pivoting.
Don't forget it.
Don't forget it. Because time will still go. Whether you do it or you don't do it. You know, some people now finish university, studied what they did not like, and they are just there.
Useless.
Like, they are not even trying. They're not even putting effort. And they are maybe crying over the milk that's a split. And they're not doing anything about what is next. So they are leaving behind what they always wanted, and they are holding on to what they did not have.
So they are just living practically.
They are just there.
Not giving best, not enjoying, not developing what you even like and all of that.
Exactly. So have a coach. If you can do an audit of yourself to know your abilities, any tool that can help you analyze your strengths or your weaknesses, what aspect of maybe tech or business it is that you can really be good at. Those things can help you. And at the end of the day, you just find yourself. And I would say that keep putting one foot in front of the other. You might not necessarily know what the big picture is, but keep doing something. They say motion favors something. Like if you keep moving, you just get favored. So you just have
don't
to keep,
stay where you are. Just keep moving.
Yeah.
Keep pushing. Keep giving it your best.
Yeah.
Keep trying. It's not even might. We all don't have we don't know everything. You might have a glimpse of the next step. When you take the step, then you see what is next again. It keeps our lives are just like pages that keep unfolding, and we just need to keep giving it our best and just keep ensuring that whatever we find ourselves doing, we do it with all of our strengths. So thank you very, very much. All right, so thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Flourishing Student Podcast. It has been such an exciting conversation. If you found this useful, please share, invite some other people to come learn. And you can even suggest, you can tell us in the comment section if there's anything you want us to talk about, we can talk about it. And she also mentioned tools and platforms that help you to find yourself. I would get links and tools like that, and we'll put it in the description so that you can find yourself. You might not be in exactly where you want to be, but while you are there, keep giving it the best and keep finding your best. Thank you very much. My name is Gift Adedoyin, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.